Now to our News 4 Jax I-Team investigation, scared silent. Two local college students at different schools say they were raped, and after that, both felt pressured to keep their attacks quiet. Experts say these disturbing cases point out the prevalence of sexual assault at universities and the culture to not report the crimes. It's a problem many are seeing on college and university campuses. Research from the Department of Justice found college-age women aged 18 to 24 are 3 times as likely as all other women to be victims of sexual assault. And 4 out of 5 victims do not report the crimes. Another study from the Journal of American College Health discovered students are at an increased risk in the first few months at the start of their first and second semesters in college. News 4 Jax I-Team investigator Vic Michelucci looks at how 2 different freshman women have very similar stories and why they want to use their experiences for change.
The memories are still so painful for Brittany Brown-Jackson. It still haunts you, doesn't it?
Yes.
She was a 17-year-old freshman at Jacksonville University. He was a football player at the school. The 2 were friends, she says, nothing more. They crossed paths at a party.
He provided the alcohol and the marijuana. And after, I was like looking around for my friends and stuff, he just said he would take me back.
She tells us that athlete, 3 times her size, took her to his dorm and raped her. What did he take from you?
My virginity and just like my innocence, basically.
Jackson explains after the attack, he made sure her friends washed her in the shower. The next morning, she says he sent an apology text. Did you feel like people just wanted this to go away?
Yes.
Scared silent. Jackson says she did not come forward about the attack until later, scared of humiliation, retaliation, even violence. But now, for this story, she wants to show her face and use her name to inspire other victims to come forward.
It's not a good feeling at all.
Her father didn't find out until months later. By then, Jackson had reported it to police and the school, but the family feels neither took it seriously.
I mean, when the incident happened on the campus, they never contacted me or her mom.
4 years later, criminal charges have not been filed. JU found the student responsible for sexual intercourse without consent. The school suspended him. But it's not enough for the Jackson family, who is suing the private university and her alleged attacker.
Can't imagine releasing my minor child to the university, have them make a complaint of rape and it essentially being ignored.
A school spokesperson tells us in an email, we take reports of violence and sexual assault very seriously. In line with university policies, we do not comment on matters that are being litigated. We learned of that case after airing another college sexual assault story, this one miles away at the University of North Florida.
My body was completely destroyed and covered in bruises.
This woman, who wants to remain anonymous, says she was 19 years old at the time, attending an off-campus fraternity party with her sorority sisters when she blacked out and a member of the frat raped her.
I had reported to the school the sexual assault. And then after that, I started having brothers come to me and ask me if I could please revoke my statement and handle it with just them and not the school.
After a lengthy investigation, UNF leaders found the student responsible, and they permanently banned the Kappa Sigma fraternity, partly due to members intimidating her to not tell her story. But in the letter notifying her that the case was closed, she feels the school wanted her to stay quiet. One part of the document says this information should not be shared with third parties. Failure to maintain confidentiality may be a violation of federal and/or state law and could result in charges of violating the UNF Student Conduct Code.
Is this justice, or do you want more?
After UNF was trying to keep me quiet about it, it made me start to think I might want more justice.
UNF leaders say they're not able to comment because of an ongoing appeal.
Are school leaders doing enough right now?
A rape survivor is very similar to a whistleblower. So schools need to expect retaliation. Expect it.
Olympic gold medalist Nancy Hogshead Makar is an attorney who is an expert witness in the USA Gymnastics Larry Nassar case. She's also a rape survivor after she was assaulted on a run in college. Her attacker never caught. She says it's no surprise young students are often scared silent.
You've dealt with sexual assault survivors that have had voices, that have had resources, that have still kept it quiet because of that fear.
At 100%, absolutely. Who have made the conscious decision that it's not worth it.
According to a 2015 study by the American Association of Universities, nearly 1 in 4 of undergraduate females experience rape by physical force. 5% of males say they've been assaulted. And a 2014 Department of Justice report found only 20% of female student victims, age 18 to 24, report the crimes to law enforcement. And as for that document from UNF, which warned of possible criminal or conduct violations if the accuser talked about the case, Hogshead Makar says that's against the First Amendment. And it's part of the problem. She points out a school cannot retaliate against the student for telling her story. And if that student is punished, she says that's a violation of her free speech and a civil rights case against the institution.
If we got serious about this, the same way that we got serious about Mothers Against Drunk Driving, we would be able to make a real difference here for millions of girls and women, and boys, too.
And again, for those 2 specific women, we did reach out to administrators both right here at Jacksonville University as well as at the University of North Florida, but their spokespeople say they could not talk on camera because of the ongoing cases. Additionally, no criminal charges have been filed in either case. Tarek.
So, Vic, what should students do? What should students do if they don't feel comfortable, talking to police or school leaders about something like this?
There's a number of options. They can go to counselors or therapists here at the school, ask for the Student Services Department, and demand some sort of help. If not, they can ask for a lawyer. They also have the option to do both. And if they just want to find out what their resources are, there is a 24/7 free national hotline for sexual assault victims. That number is 1-800-656-HOPE. We're live in Arlington tonight. I'm Vic Micolucci, Channel 4, the local station.